Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I want to talk about my favorite shades of greens that I use in my floral paintings and to paint my cacti and succulents. Usually I mix a lot of yellows and browns and grays to my greens, but there are some standalone greens that I use in my paintings which are my absolute favorite, and I thought of doing a swatch video of those. So let's get started. The first one here is the Art Philosophy Currents palette, and the name of the shade is Algae, which is the shade right here. So I'm just going to swatch this green. It's a beautiful, fresh green, and that's why I like it a lot. So I'm just going to try and swatch inside this circle and show you all the variations of this color. Please don't mind if I go beyond the circle. I'm just gonna try my best to stay inside the circle. I don't know why I chose this shape, but that's fine. I'm using the Canson cold pressed paper, which is 140 pounds. It's not quite textured, but I thought it should be okay to swatch the shades on this paper. I usually don't use this for my paintings, but it's a good paper if you want to get started. And I'm using a round 12 brush to make my swatches. So there, it's a beautiful, nice, warm, fresh green. So that's the first one. Let's move on to the next one. Now this one here is Art Philosophy Currents Palette, Caribbean Sea, which is the shade right here. I don't know if I should call this a shade of green or blue, but for some reason to me it leans more towards the green side. So I'm just going to swatch it and show it to you. It's really pigmented, and that's what I like about this Currents palette from Art Philosophy. So when you start playing with this color, I don't know, I get confused if I should categorize this as yellow or I'm sorry, blue or green, but for today's video I'm going to include it in my list of greens. So it's a beautiful saturated color. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is Daniel Smith Green Apatite Genuine, and this is my all-time favorite shade of green. I just use this green every single day in all of my floral paintings, and the best part about this is that it's dual toned. It's the green sitting right here in my palette. It's a dual tone green, and when it dries up it gives a beautiful granulation. So when you start painting with this color, it comes off as a beautiful deep olive green, but as you keep playing with this color more and more, you see that there is a mossy green which is quite bright, and also a dusty brown in this color. And see, it's already granulating, and that's what I like about it. It's quite saturated, The moss green part of this color is really, really saturated, and when it starts to dry, it settles down in this muddy brown color, and that's what I like the most about it. So this is more on the brown side, and this is the moss bright green that I'm talking about, and this is the dusty green which comes off as the. Let's move on to the next shade of green, which is Undersea Green from Daniel Smith. I really like this shade of green because it's a dull green with hints of, I don't know, gray and brown. So it's quite dull, and that's what I like about this shade of green. So it's this green sitting right here in my palette. I usually use this green to darken my existing shades of green, but it is also beautiful to use as a standalone shade. So let's see how it looks. As I mentioned, I quite like the dullness of this green. So that's the darkest value you get with this green. So that's Undersea Green. Let's move on to the next one, which is Sap Green from Mission Gold. This is a very bright, deeply saturated sap green color, and it's quite different from the other sap greens that I've seen. But it's the brightness that attracts me to this shade. So let's try and swatch it. You see how bright that is? So that's Sap Green from Mission Gold. The next one is Jadeite Genuine from Daniel Smith. Now this color again is a granulating color. I think this belongs to the Prima Tech series of extra fine watercolors by Daniel Smith. It's just beautiful. See, it's already granulating in this part. So this is the darkest value of the color, and this is the lighter value. It just shines through paper, and that's what I like about it. So that's Jadeite Genuine from Daniel Smith. And the last one here is a shade called Wine Leaf from Art Philosophy Terran Palette. So this is the Terran palette, and Wine Leaf is the one that's one, two, three, number three here. So this is Wine Leaf. I like this shade because it's I would say a dull sap green. The one from Mission Gold is quite bright, but this one here is somewhere between I think olive green and sap green, and that's why I really like this shade. So let's see how it turns out. God, I'm really bad painting inside the circle, but that's okay. So that's Wine Leaf from Art Philosophy. You see, it's a nice looking green. So yeah, these are all the shades of green that I really like, and I hope you like them too. Do let me know what are your favorite shades of green, and do comment in the comment section below so I can try them out. So yes, that's pretty much what I had to say in this video. I hope you really liked this video, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and do like, comment and share. I don't know how to promote my channel, but I think that's how it goes. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again in my next one.